Considering how busy you all are, I don't know how many of you make time to watch Oprah in the afternoons. I certainly don't. But I know that she often gives gifts to the studio audiences that come to watch the taping of her show. Once, everyone even got a free car. What I'd like to put under everyone's seat, I can't afford it, and that's what Oprah does, she puts things under seats, is intangible. It's something you need in your head. It's a BS detector. So much of what we get in the world is spin, obfuscation, misleading deflection, from public officials and corporate executives on down. When people have a lot to gain, or conversely lose, they cloak plans or sinister beliefs behind veils of carefully crafted nuance. They manipulate the unassuming and sometimes outright lie to get their way. True leaders, which you all are, resist that. They don't take things at face value. They're naturally skeptical. They look for holes, gaps, and inconsistencies. When everything doesn't add up, or where intuition tells them something isn't quite right, they go and find out for themselves from other sources. When someone tells you something and it sounds fishy, don't just accept it. Ask where they heard it, or whose Facebook page they saw it on, and check it out. Dig deeper. Ask where that person heard it from. Check the footnotes. Ask follow-up questions. Think about why you do or don't agree and or believe what someone said. Peel the metaphorical onion to its core. In the newsroom where I work, the best reporters tend to be those who trust no one. There's a saying among journalists: if your mom tells you she loves you, check it out. The point is that someone's words aren't enough to judge them. Just saying you think something doesn't mean you actually think it. What speaks far louder than rhetoric is record. In the case of your mom's, look at her record over the last 2 decades. Ask other sources, like your dad, to confirm. In that case, I'm sure you'll find, at least in the instance of everyone in this room, that your mom really, really, really does genuinely love you. But there was no harm done in asking that question. That leads me to my second point. Speak up when you disagree. 9 times out of 10, people will respect you more if you're courageous enough to express a contrary point of view that you sincerely hold. My freshman year, I took a class on international relations with a legendary scholar in the field. I strongly disagreed with a view he advanced in lectures on democratic development. I won't bore you with the details. So I devoted my final 15-page paper to vigorously refuting an argument he had spent quite a bit of time making in lecture. I was nervous I'd get a bad grade, but I did it carefully and made my case airtight. It paid off, and I actually did better in the end than all the people who regurgitated what they knew the professor wanted to hear. I riled him up enough that he typed a lengthy written response to my paper, explaining where and how I was misguided. We argued some more. I went and did more homework. It turned out he was more right than I'd initially given him credit for, but he also moved a little bit in my direction. And now, we're close friends, and he's one of the key people I can turn to when I need a letter of recommendation. When Barack Obama ducked a question I posed to him at a press conference back in 2007 about his plan to make college more affordable, I followed up, and then I followed up again. Finally, he dealt with my question more directly, but it took me asking the question 3 times. Sometimes you have to ask the question again and again and again. There is nothing more democratic than dissent. Have the moral certitude to do and say what you know is right, even when no one else is doing it. As Andrew Jackson said, one man with courage makes a majority. When he believed something or felt a certain way, Andrew Jackson led America that direction. And as a result, he has a whole age, the age of Jackson, named after him in American history. Now, it helps to have his ability to win duels, but still, don't be afraid to play devil's advocate sometimes. Be a contrarian. Healthy skepticism has never hurt anyone or any institution or any organization. But be very careful. Don't ruin friendships because of recriminations or baseless allegations. Think before you speak. Understand that there are consequences to demonstrating the kind of courage I'm talking about. And only question someone's honor if you're darn sure that it should be called into question. I also want to be absolutely clear that I'm not calling for you to rebel or disobey any rules whatsoever. If you disagree with a rule or a law, true leaders follow the rules and use the process to change them. Going back to the if your mom tells you she loves you, check it out example, I also want to clarify that I'm not telling you to disregard the 5th commandment. Honor your parents. All of our moms really do love us. This speech isn't a call to turn on, tune in, and drop out, as 1960s countercultural icon Timothy Leary implored students at Berkeley 4 decades ago. Don't drink, don't do drugs, keep your nose clean. The cleaner cut you are in the way you live, the more successful you'll be, I promise you. This is a call for critical thinking, but critical thinking applied consistently and regularly across all areas of your life. No matter whether you go to college or not, no matter what role you choose to fill in your community, and whether this role gives you a title or not that you put on your resume, lead that way. And look, I wouldn't deliver this message to a general audience of high school students, but I think and hope you, young men and women in the National Honor Society, can handle both the rights and tremendous responsibilities that come with true leadership. And that's why this is such a special award, and this is such a special organization for you to be entering. Don't put yourself in a position where you're herded like sheep. You're all very capable people and have tremendous potential to contribute through your leadership during your remaining days here at Eastview and in your remaining year, wherever you go to college, and how you choose to begin your adult life in the community. So with that, thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck.